congratulations on being admitted to Cal State San Bernardino. Woo! Welcome to the pack. We're so happy that you're here with us today. Congratulations. This is a huge milestone. And so just know that we're as excited to welcome you to our campus as you must be excited to start your new journey. So my name's Melissa Guerra. I'm an outreach counselor here for the Office of Outreach and Student Recruitment. And I'm joined today by my lovely colleagues. We're just going to go around and introduce ourselves. We also have our wonderful partners in the Office of Orientation and First Year Experience. They're also going to introduce themselves just so that you know the friendly faces that are in the screen here with you today. So I will do popcorn and I'm going to start us off with Mary Hill.
Yay, Mary Hill. Got it. Hi, my name is Mary Hill. I work at the main campus at CSUSB, and I'm part of the outreach program, and I'm a counselor / recruiter. Welcome, welcome.
Popcorn someone, Mary.
I thought I was supposed to smack someone. Got it. Nicholas.
Thanks, Mary. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Nicholas Clements, admissions counselor and recruiter at the San Bernardino campus. Welcome again, and I'll turn it over to Mark.
Thank you, Nick. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mark Rogers. I'm an outreach counselor here at the main campus in the Office of Admissions and Recruitment. Congratulations once again. And I will popcorn over to Sal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oliver Perez Jr. I'm also a admissions counselor recruiter at the San Bernardino campus. Welcome and congratulations. And I will popcorn it to Lucia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lucia Sarate, and I'm lead recruitment coordinator here at Cal State San Bernardino. And again, congratulations and welcome to the pack. Oh, and I will go ahead and turn it over to Megan.
We always forget the popcorn part. Hi, everyone. Megan Houston. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve as the senior coordinator for orientation here at Cal State for the 17th time. Welcome to the pack. We're super excited that you're here, and I'm super pumped to see you this summer. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague for our last popcorn, Tammy.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the pack. My name is Tammy Nguyen. I'm the program coordinator for orientation here at the main campus. Can't wait to see you guys during summer.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, colleagues. All right, everyone. So we will get started with our presentation today. So just so that you guys know the order of events, I'm going to start off talking about your next steps. Some of these steps might be repetitive. Some of you might be ahead of the game, and a lot of this information you already are aware of and have completed, but some of you might need this information. So we're just going to go over it again just to ensure that everybody's on the same page of what steps are next. After I complete my slides talking about the next steps for the admission side, my colleagues Tammy and Megan are going to then transition to their presentation to talk about orientation. And again, this is not orientation. This is just to prepare you for orientation. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
And just to add real quick, this is for first year students today that we're going to focus on. So transfers is a different session. And if you have questions, we do recommend to, listen to the whole presentation. We will hopefully have time for questions at the end. But you can use the Q&A feature to ask any questions that you may have, and our team will go ahead and answer those, or we may answer them live at the end because we feel that everybody needs to know this information. And in the chat, we will put important information. So that means myself, my colleagues will put in important information regarding like websites or things you need to know. So again, we do recommend to listen to the presentation, and then you can pop some questions in the Q&A, or we will take questions at the end. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Lucia. I always forget about the question part, so thank you. All right, I just want to confirm, can my colleagues let me know that my next steps presentation's up? Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started. Okay, so how to activate your My Coyote account. All of you guys should be already done with this step. So I'm just going to skip through these slides. If you haven't, you want to make sure that you do, and you can put it in the chat so that we can work something, shoot over the ITS information to make sure that you have your My Coyote registered. But once you do have your My Coyote completed and registered and you're signing on successfully, you should be checking this section. This is one of the most important sections because it includes your accept and decline button, your holds, your to-dos, and your orientation registration. And so we're going to kind of talk in detail a little bit more about each one of these that are on the screen. So how to check your email. So again, you're going to log into your My Coyote account. And this little Gmail application is what you should be clicking on to check your CSUSB email. And so a lot of students forget that this is here, or when you see it, it prompts you if you have a Gmail personal account. And it prompts you to sign in. You accidentally sign into your personal Gmail account because I know it can be confusing, but when it prompts you to sign in, you should be signing in with your My Coyote credentials. So when you first click on this, it's going to prompt you to sign in again if it's your very first time touching this envelope. And so again, make sure that for your user, you're using your My Coyote ID number, and for your password, it's going to be your My Coyote password. So again, some students will get confused and put their Gmail credentials, and then it's going to take them to your Gmail. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're signing into this with your CSUSB credentials. And if it's the first time that you're clicking on that envelope, you're going to get this very long Google Terms message. Just make sure that you read it and that you scroll to the bottom and that you go ahead and accept. Once you do this first step, you'll never see it again. Every time that you log into your My Coyote to check your Gmail, it will skip this and take you directly to your emails from us. So it's super important that you've done this process already. And then once you are able to successfully log into your CSUSB Gmail account, it's going to look like this. And you're going to see a lot of emails from various departments here at Cal State San Bernardino. You might get important emails regarding your admissions, regarding orientation, financial aid, scholarship opportunities, events that the event is hosting that you're welcome to attend as an admitted student. So lots of important emails. You want to make sure that you're staying on top of that communication. If you can just get used to checking your CSUSB Gmail at least once a week, that would be very helpful to ensure that you're not missing any important communication. And then how to check your to-do list. So your to-do list is super important because it's guiding you in the admissions process. Now that I've been admitted, what's next? What are my next action items that I need to complete? And so this is where you're going to check your My Task. It's a My Task checklist. And so you're going to go ahead and click on that when you successfully log into your My Coyote. And then you're going to see your to-dos. And so these are any action items that our office is asking you to complete. Maybe financial aid is asking something of you. Just different departments use this to-dos list to ensure that you're completing all your action steps to complete your admissions process. So make sure that you're checking that as well. This is an example of what an action item on your My Task list will look like. Okay, so this example right here for this student, we are requiring 7th semester high school transcripts and final high school transcripts. And if you can see, we give them the title of that action item. We also give them the due date that that action item needs to be completed by, and then also the status of that action item. So all of the items that we first list on your task list will say initiated. Okay, so this just means that it's needed, that no action has been taken. We are needing this step to be completed. Once you complete one of your action items, you will see that this initiated step will turn into complete. So oftentimes I always get students that tell me, Melissa, I submitted my final transcripts. How do I know when you got them? How do I know, besides continuing to email you or continuing to call you, how do I know that you received them? How can I check? So you don't have to always give us a call. You don't always have to email us. You could just continue checking your My Coyote. And once you see that this has turned to complete, you no longer have to worry about that action item. That action item is complete. How to submit transcripts. So there's a couple different ways that you can go ahead and submit transcripts. The first method that we're going to discuss is electronic transcripts. And so it depends on your high school. Some high schools have this option and some don't. So you just have to check in with your high school counselor to see what option is available to you. Hopefully your school provides electronic transcripts. And so if this is the method that you're going to go by, which is the method that we recommend the most, is because it's an easier process for you. So basically you would go to the registrar's office at your high school. You would let them know that you want official final transcripts to be sent to Cal State San Bernardino, and they're going to go ahead and make the request for you through one of these companies. So these are third-party companies that your high school might be partnered with, where they go ahead and send us your official transcript. Basically, what your official transcript is we want to see that you passed all your classes senior year, and most importantly, that you graduated from high school. And so that's what we're looking to see on your final high school transcript. If your institution does not already have CSUSB contact information, so if when you talk to your counselor and they tell you, yes, we're partnered with Parchment, we can go ahead and send your official transcript electronically, but maybe they don't know our official information, they can go ahead and send this electronic transcript to this email, and this will complete your order. Okay, this is letting the company know that they need to send your official final transcript to us, to this specific email. Documents sent via email to CSUSB will not be considered official. So basically what that means is that if you were to send us your official transcript through email yourself directly to myself, let's say, I would not be able to accept it as official because it needs to come from this third-party partner that is partnered with your high school in order to be considered official, so that we know that the grades that are being turned in are not altered. So just know that. Please don't email us any transcripts. It has to be official. Only electronic transcripts sent directly from the institution through an approved and secured third party will be accepted as official. Physical transcripts. So maybe your high school doesn't have the option for electronic, or maybe you just feel more secure in physically handing over your transcript. That option is available as well. So if you decide to do this option, your transcripts that have been printed by your institution must arrive at CSUSB officially sealed in the original envelope for them to be considered official. So make sure that if your high school counselors or your registrar office at your high school hands over your final official transcript, that you don't open it. Make sure you keep it sealed in its official envelope and bring it directly to us, or mail it in directly to us, so that it can continue to be considered official. Physical transcripts may be delivered in person to the San Bernardino campus and the Office of Admission at the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment. So what you can do is you can come to campus and you can park in 30-minute parking, and you can walk your transcript into University Hall, room 107, Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment, and turn in your transcript in person. We will provide you with a physical receipt as proof that you did meet the deadline and submit your official transcript on time. At the Palm Desert campus, transcripts can be delivered to the Mary Stuart Rogers Gateway building inside the lobby. Same idea. Once you turn them into the Palm Desert campus, we will go ahead and check you in and go ahead and ensure that we provide you with some type of proof that you did submit that transcript as well. And then let's say that you live a little further away and you don't want to bring it in person, you want to mail it in. That's perfectly fine too. Just make sure that you give yourself enough time to do so, because when you make the request, that takes time, and then the mail takes time. So it does take up to 2 to 3 weeks for it to physically get to our office when you mail a transcript in. So just keep that in mind around our deadline. And so if you are going to mail it in, this is the address that you want to make sure that you're indicating in that envelope for it to arrive on time. how to accept or decline your admissions. So all of you here today have been admitted. Again, congrats. So now really the only step that's left for you to move forward and register for orientation is for you to go ahead and accept your offer. So you've been admitted, but now we want to hear from you that you want to move forward with us and you want to accept this offer. So in order to do that, you want to make sure that you log into your Coyote. You go to your tasks, and you're going to see that accept decline admissions button. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. You're going to just follow the steps that it's going to provide you with, accept and decline your admissions offer. You're going to read this information, make sure that everything's accurate. You're going to hit next. You're going to read this again, and you're going to go ahead and accept your offer or decline your offer. Hopefully all of you are hitting accept. And it just wants to double check that, yes, you wish to move forward with us. And again, confirm your acceptance. So hit yes again. And after you do that, then you are officially part of the pack. You accepted your offer. And now my colleagues from orientation will be reaching out to you soon after that to invite you to orientation. And so my colleagues will talk a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. So just some last reminders that we want to share with you is really just making sure that you accept your offer of admissions by May 1st. So that is the official deadline that we want to ensure that you accept your offer and move forward with us. So make sure that if you haven't done so and CSUSB is the school for you, that you go ahead and accept your offer now. And then the final official transcript is going to be due July 17th. Again, make sure that when you make that request, your final senior year grades are posted, and so is your graduation date, so that we can go ahead and just fully complete that final transcript that we need from you. Some upcoming events with our team, with our office that we want to invite you to is Chat with a Counselor. So we are hosting one tomorrow. So Chat with a Counselor is basically you dropping in and just chatting with us. Any questions, curiosities that you may have, you just stop in real quick and just ask us that, and then move on with your day. So it's a really short and sweet process. Sometimes we forget to ask questions in large webinars like this, and so that's why we have this process, so that you feel comfortable. Just hop in with your question and then go ahead and hop back out. So that's on the 26th, that's tomorrow, and then we have another one on May 22nd. Then we have and that's it. Yeah. Oh, and then we have How at a Yote. So this is on, no, that was April 29th. Sorry. So yeah, just two more dates that we have with us. All right. And then that's it. If you want to stay connected with us, if you want to register for those two events that I just mentioned, the Chat with a Counselor, just go ahead and hit this QR code with your phone or your smartphone, and you can go ahead and register there. And that is it for my presentation. Now I'm going to step away and give the floor to my wonderful colleagues. Megan, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. Let me get my, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. Can y'all confirm that you got me? You see me? Yeah, awesome. So hi again, everyone. Again, thanks, Melissa. Thanks to our fabulous admissions and outreach team. We're excited. Obviously, orientation is something like 6 weeks away, so we're excited to start welcoming you all to campus, to the PAC, and really kickstart your time here at CSUSB. As Melissa mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about orientation, what to expect, things to know. We will talk a little bit about registering for orientation. So if you've not done that yet, we'll help you get set up and get you registered for orientation. So hopefully you get into one of our sessions today, and we'll get you squared away. Again, this is not orientation itself. It is just an introduction to, but we'll see an orientation in June for our first year students. So again, Tammy and I are here as your namely orientation coordinators. Tammy is new to campus, as y'all are. She's been here for not even a year yet, so learning the ropes right alongside you all. I've been on campus for 8 years and I've seen lots of our classes come through. So again, I look forward to summers and getting to see our new students and welcoming you all to campus. Orientation, besides us as your professional staff, we want to introduce you to our orientation leaders as well. This was our team from last summer, and we really want you to be familiar with who they are, as our orientation leaders really are the heart and soul of being able to put on our orientation every year. They are current students who go through training to serve as mentors, resources, role models for you all, someone that you can connect yourself with to help you through that first semester, through your first year, maybe even your whole time here at CSUSB, right? They represent all the majors, all our academic colleges, and a variety of life experiences and stories that they bring here to CSUSB. Some of them started as first year, some of them started as transfers, some of them have changed their major 14 times, some came in with one major, stayed that major, and they're on their way to graduation. So lots of really cool experiences, lots of different CSUSB involvement that they are excited to share with you. And again, just a really great space to get connected to current students who can share a little bit about the ins and outs of what orientation is and what CSUSB is all about. So orientation, exactly. So you're saying me, this webinar today is not orientation, so what is it? So orientation is, of course, a mandatory program. All our new incoming students are required to complete it, both first years and transfer students. And it's a day to really introduce you to a number of resources, tools, and information that will really help you not only in your transition and getting started here at Cal State, but really hopefully information that you'll carry with you throughout your whole time here as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about what the day looks like as we jump into some of our slides. As mentioned, all new students are required. So whether you are a first year or transfer, hopefully you should all be first years on this session today. And then there is a hold on your account. So you probably already see that hold on your account. You're wondering what on earth it's for. That hold is on your account until you complete orientation in full. And we'll talk about what that means as well. So orientation here at CSUSB is kind of a multi-step system. If you've already registered for orientation, you may have got some communication about our pre-orientation. If you haven't registered yet, that's okay. Now you're familiar with all the pieces to it. So first and foremost, pre-orientation is a series of online modules. An introduction to campus is kind of what we're introducing it as. But really the first step or the first place you might hear about a number of resources, pieces about student life and how to get involved, health and wellness, your safety on campus, and a number of other resources that can support you, help you, and be a guide just as much as our office can. Pre-orientation is available to you after you've registered for your in-person orientation session. So that's that notable piece that if you haven't registered yet, you don't have access to it yet. Pre-orientation is a series of modules. The really cool thing about that is that you don't have to do it in one sitting. You can if you want, but if you're like, hey, I want to sit and check out 2 of them today, you can go back to it and it'll pick up right where you left off. We do encourage you and recommend that you complete that pre-orientation prior to your orientation day. As I said, it will serve as an introduction to a number of resources and things that will carry conversations with throughout your orientation day. So things that we want you to be familiar with that you're like, hey, I remember reading about that online in my pre-orientation. Let's talk a little more in depth about it at orientation. And then of course, the middle step, orientation, is your in-person orientation day here on campus. Again, to connect you to campus services, again, getting familiar, not just by office names, but where they are and how to find them. Academic advising, so we'll talk about classes and your majors and things you can look forward to for fall. And then some of those peer connections. So not just with our orientation leaders, but a number of other students on campus, obviously the other folks coming with you through your first year orientation and hopefully folks that you'll stay connected with while you're here. And then looking forward to fall, we do a lot of out of our office. Our office isn't just orientation, but orientation and first year experience. And so the first year experience for us is a lot of programming that we kick off fall semester with. So keep an eye out for information about new student convocation, our first gen welcome if you're a first generation student, our Ask Me events, and a number of other programming come August and September that we offer as an opportunity for you specifically as our new first year students to get involved and connected with us as you get started. So if you have not registered yet, we'll talk a little bit more about that. So how to register specifically. In order to register, as Melissa just walked you through how to accept your admissions, you need to have accepted your admissions before you can register for orientation. After you've accepted your admissions, please allow a day or 2 for the system to process that, and then it will allow you access. So if you register or accept your admissions today at 4 o'clock because you haven't done that yet, give it until Thursday morning probably to ensure that that system reflects that change. Then you'll be able to register for orientation. You're going to register via My Coyote. So again, you need to be familiar and have your My Coyote login information, again, as Melissa walked you all through. And then of course, you want to have your schedule and availability in front of you to make sure that you sign up for a date that you can actually come to. And we'll walk you all through that. I am going to drop a link in the chat to how to register. Just so you have that tutorial video on hand, but we will walk through it real quick for you all as well. That's not the link I was intending on sharing. There you go. So we will walk you all through that. So again, My Coyote from the Cal State homepage. My Coyote is up at the top. You're going to log in. You're going to look for the My Tasks icon. And in that menu, you will find orientation registration. Now from there, it'll take you to some very, very long, obnoxious text paragraphs. But at the gist, at the very bottom of that page, you'll see your information. It should say fall 2023 and register now. You're going to click the register now, which will then take you into our actual registration system. So the first page will ask you for some basic contact information, your phone number, your emergency contact information that we have accessible for the program. Step 2 will then ask you to choose an orientation date. So that's specifically where you want to have your availability in front of you to make sure that you, again, are signing up for a date that you can attend and commit to. And that's it. It's super simple, super easy. You will get a confirmation email of your registration. It won't be instantaneous. It comes out every other day or so, but keep an eye out for that. And or print that page or save it for your records. You will get some communication from us, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But just note that once you register, you're in and done, you're good. So registration is open for our first year students. It's been open for about a month and a half now. So there are a couple of dates that are in there that you'll see as available. Some dates in that last screenshot that may not be there if they're already full. Again, pre-orientation, you should complete before your orientation session. I recommend doing it in the couple days before. So again, that there's some familiar verbiage and familiar things that, again, we'll talk about at your in-person orientation that you read about in that pre-orientation as well. Pre-orientation is available about 1 to 2 days after you register for orientation. So after you've completed that registration page, give it a day or two, go back into that My Tasks folder, and you should see the pre-orientation tile then populated in there so that you can check out the pre-orientation. Orientation, again, your attendance is required to lift that orientation hold, and we'll talk about what that hold means and what it prevents you from doing, at least as of this point. And I did see a question about the orientation fee. So yes, there is an orientation fee. For fall, it is the very random $82.74. And as you can see noted there, the fee is added to your fall tuition statement. So there's no money due up front to attend orientation for students. It gets added to your tuition statement in the fall. Registration for you all, the registration deadline for orientation, as you see there, is Thursday, June 15th by 5. Again, if you are committed to CSUSB, there's no reason not to register today. Let's make sure we get you in the system. You can choose one of the dates that you prefer, but June 15th at 5 is our registration deadline for you all as first year students. Attendance, as I know some of you on this webinar may be San Bernardino students, some of you may be Palm Desert students. You are to attend orientation for whichever campus you have been admitted to. So if you are going to be attending Palm Desert and you were admitted to Palm Desert in the fall, you're going to attend orientation at Palm Desert, vice versa for San Bernardino. You need to attend orientation for the campus you are admitted to. You must participate fully in the whole day. Again, it is a full day program. And that is truly like check-in begins at 7. You'll be on campus till about 5:30 or 6. So it is a full day program. We mean that very wholeheartedly. And you must be here for the entire day in orientation for that hold to be removed. Now for you all, the orientation hold does one primary thing. Because I did see another question about registering for classes. So as first year students, you are actually registered for classes by the university. So by the time you get to orientation, you'll actually have a class schedule already populated for you, which is awesome. It's one less stress that you don't have to worry about. And that's all done very intentionally based on your major, based on course degree plans and how to get you to graduation, all done very intentionally. You'll see much more communication about that in the next month or so. But the orientation hold in turn will prevent you from tinkering with any part of that class schedule until you complete orientation and until that hold is removed. So that class schedule is set in stone until that hold is gone. Once that hold is gone, and we'll talk through it in orientation about if you want to make adjustments or if there's anything you want to change to your class schedule, that can be done once that orientation hold is off. What do I expect? What does orientation look like? You've talked a whole lot about things, but I want to know what this day actually entails. So again, pre-orientation, introduction to all the resources and services, but the orientation day itself, as I said, as a full day. And part of our goal is not only to get you a little more in tune and connected to some of our campus resources, but really some elements of fun. Like college is fun. We want your first year to be fun, and we want you to have some elements of feeling like there is a space for you on this campus, and that you find the place that you feel like you belong the most. And hopefully that's at CSUSB. So the day itself includes a number of sessions. Again, some of those things that we know that you all have burning questions about, because I see that Q&A going. We'll talk about money matters. So we'll talk about financial aid. We'll talk about paying your tuition. We'll talk about how to get all those things in process so you don't miss any of those deadlines, and important things to know along the way. We'll talk about first year experience. So again, kind of the other half of our office and the programs and things that we will offer you all throughout the fall, throughout your first year, to ensure that you are getting acclimated and you are finding a comfort level and resources, information here as your first time. And then we'll talk about academic advising. So again, getting you connected. So regardless of what your major is, even if you're undeclared, we'll talk about classes, registration details, things to know. So again, even though you are enrolled in those courses already, things that we'll get you familiar with. So when it comes time to register for your own classes, you're familiar with how to do that. And then most importantly, again, part of it for us is connecting you all with other people. So the students who are going to be coming to orientation with you, with our orientation leaders, with other students who work on campus or are going to summer school that you'll see around, a lot of our day is designed to ensure that there is time for you to connect with other folks as well. Because part of it isn't just going to class. Part of it is also ensuring that you're building connections here on campus and finding spaces to engage with others and be a part of the pack just as anybody else. So noting dates, and I'll share these with you, noting that the registration system does not currently reflect all these dates. Our first couple of sessions are the only ones you'll see available, but these are all the ones that we offer. So currently June 6th actually just filled up yesterday. So currently you'll see June 8th, June 12th, and June 13th as options to register for. Now, I know some of you are already like, I already know I'm out of town that week. What do I do? What I recommend you do is register, just pick a day, and then shoot us an email. We'll share our information here at the end of the session and let us know, hey, I'm out of town for the 2 weeks of available dates that I see, and we can get you moved into one of those later dates. But do take note of that. Again, the registration system does not reflect every single date that's available on this screen, just the ones that are currently open for registration. So that's for San Bernardino. For those of you who are attending our Palm Desert campus, our small but mighty first year class, there is one date option for you, Wednesday, June 14th, that you'll see in the registration system, and that is offered, period. And that is because we have a really awesome, small, intimate first year class at the Palm Desert campus. So everyone attends on the same day to get connected to PDC, get connected to Francisco, who is our orientation coordinator out there, and our amazing orientation leaders out there as well. Now, for any of you who are joining us that are either parents, family members, supporters of a first year student, we also have a parent and family orientation program. It is offered at both campuses. There are some different nuances between both campuses as well, so we want to share those with you. So specifically, if you are a parent or family member that wishes to attend and your student will be attending the San Bernardino campus, there is a parent and family orientation session offered on every single day that we have a first year orientation session. So a number to choose from. You will attend the same day as your student attends. So your student will be in orientation, let's say on June 6th, your parent and family orientation session will be on the same day as well. So you're here concurrently. Parent and family orientation is of course optional, but a great way to learn about the resources, services, ways that you can support your student, not only through their transition, but through their time here at CSUSB, whatever their journey looks like. Registration is in the same system as their orientation registration is. So when they register, there is an option to add a parent or family member. We really love our parent and family orientation session is offered in both English and Spanish. So regardless of how you prefer getting your information, we are very proud to offer that session, that full day in Spanish and in English, again, regarding whatever your preferences are. For our parents and family members, the orientation fee is $40. Every student can bring up to 2 guests for that program as well. So again, parents and guests, you'll attend the same day that your student attends. So when your student registers for June 6th and they're adding you in there, your orientation day will also be June 6th as well. That is also a full day. It's a little bit shorter than the students. You'll end a little bit earlier than they will, but still a full day program. Again, full of information, some of which mirrors what the students will be getting. You'll be hearing from financial aid, hearing about a number of our campus resources, academic resources, housing, health and wellness. Let's talk about their safety on campus. And we'll talk about really, again, how to support your first year student in this journey. If you are a parent or family member for the Palm Desert campus, and that's where your student was admitted, there is one evening that we'll be offering this program. So save the date. More information is forthcoming, but Thursday, July 20th from 5 to 7:30 will be our parent and family supporter session for our Palm Desert students. Notably for the San Bernardino students, as I mentioned, there is a $40 fee. Our payment system is having some glitches that we are working on fixing. But again, as long as you list yourself in that student registration, we'll send you a notification as soon as that payment system is up and running for you able to pay and confirm your space in that program. Where we fit in this timeline, I know Melissa ran over these with you as well. But again, of course, accepting your admissions by Monday. Well, that's Monday, that's like next week. So accepting your admissions by May 1st. Again, the registration deadline specifically for orientation is Thursday, June 15th. And of course, transcripts are due by July 17th as well. I will share our contact information with you all. Please feel free to grab that, follow us on all the socials. We post lots of reminders, things to know, things that are going on campus, and information that we love sharing with you all. But correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa, it's time for questions.